What's up, everyone? I'm the devastating Just Cause, and this is DJC Game Studios. And welcome to a special one because this is something that's close to my heart, and that is the Turbografx 16. I grew up with this system. You know, I went over to my friends' places, and they always had Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. And I, pondered, can I save up some money? I was just, I was a teenager. I was working at the mall and putting watch batteries and watches by the escalator at Sears. And I'd go over to Babbage's or Funkoland or whatever was big at that time, I can't remember. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take the third option and go for the underdog, the Turbografx 16. Well, the PC Engine was huge over in Japan and just on that side of the pond in general. And when they brought it over here, they called it the Turbografx 16, which was, I don't know if they should have. They probably would have been fine with the PC Engine and all its titles. But for the North American release, Turbografx 16, this is 20 titles that are must-haves. And it gets expensive to collect for. But check this list out. So the Legendary Axe. This is a classic. And I go, because it's challenging. It looks really beautiful. Controls okay. I am a fan of the second one in this series, which is a little more improved, a little more big as far as the adventure. This is still a great platformer for an early Turbografx game, and it's a must-have. It's a classic. There is a learning curve, just trying to figure out the best way to approach certain enemies so that you don't get killed. Like like the spider, for instance, is not a fun thing to try to have to beat. But all in all, this is a must-have adventure game, a solid platformer adventure game. You're going to be satisfied when you beat this game because of the challenge that it puts out. It's really it's just a must-have for the Turbografx 16. The end boss is epic, and it's just, you gotta have this game. So this one here, you have to own if you're going to collect for the Turbografx 16. Bloody Wolf. I'll just show you. It's really cool. So you have to rescue Eagle. The president. Oh, I'm sorry. The president. I thought it was the president's daughter, but it's the president. Sorry, I'm mixing up my games. But this is like a cross between Commando. This is like a cross between Commando and Contra. Like, it always looks like It always looks like you have. Oh, I thought I had grenades. It always looks like they're having heart attacks when you kill them. Like they're like this is the big one, Elizabeth. You get different weapons, power-ups, you get to drive like motorcycles, and it's actually a really fun time. And here's another classic, another must-have. This is Bomberman. And to me, this is the best way to play these games. And I'm talking about the whole series. You got Bomberman, Bomberman 93, 93 Special, you got Bomberman 94. Any of the ones on PC Engine Turbografx are just great because you got the 5-player Turbo Tap, and these are just awesome games. And even in the Turbo Express, you could link two of your handhelds together, and it would really be a fun time because you'd be battling handheld mode, like person to person. As simple as this is, it's such a great game. You're just dropping bombs, trying to blow each other up. Now, in the one-player one that I'm playing like right now, there actually is a story mode, and you got to get rid of everyone to find the exit. And eventually there is boss battles in this as well, which is really fun. But mostly this is a great way to play multiplayer. Like this really, to me, is what emphasizes the 5-player tap for this system. And here's another one, Bonk's Adventure. This guy is headbanging into your living room back in the day. This is one I did have growing up, and this is fun. This is just what the Turbografx is all about. This was their mascot back in the day. And also another one which we'll talk about a little bit later, which is Air Zonk, his futuristic cyborg cousin. But you go back in the caveman times, there's giant dinosaurs and things and bosses to battle, and you get eaten by a dinosaur and you swim around in his stomach, and you smash things with your head, and you get power-ups by eating large meats on bones. But anyways, all around just great game, fun game. Now Kadash is another one. Kadash is how can I explain it? I guess it'd be like a action RPG grinder. This used to be an arcade game, and then it was ported to a couple systems. But the best full version is the Turbografx 16, because you have all 4 playable characters. You got the priest, the mage, the warrior, and another. But it's cool. You kind of grind to get experience points, level up, power up. You have herbs and spells and stuff like that to heal yourself. It's just an all-around great looking game, and they really ported it well. Like I played the arcade version. I'm so used to this version that I love this even almost more. I just love the control, the colors, the sounds, and the music are so good on this game. It is definitely one you're going to want to pick up. Now this next one is in my top 3 for this system. It is one I grew up with, one I actually went to Toys R Us and got, and I remember bringing this home and going, what is this? And it was weird. It's a shooter. It's this little cyborg that wears sunglasses that has a whole bunch of wacky characters, including a cow that looks like a basketball, and his name's MooMoo. But they all help him, and they kind of turn into one giant transformer, and the levels look great. It's colorful. It's one of my favorites. One of the best soundtracks for the Turbografx as well. This has some great sound, great music. Every stage, the boss battles, the end music, everything about this game it sounds fantastic. So you get the giant smiley face with the sunglasses, and then MooMoo's coming out to help me right now. Eventually, I'll pick up more smiley faces, and then I will merge with MooMoo, like I said, like a weird transformer, and it's so much fun. It's fun and almost like relaxing, but it does get insane towards the later levels. That is for sure. The bosses are all large, drawn really well, and it's just it's very unique too. At one point, you battle a satellite jellyfish, a pizza monster, and a giant garbage bag at the dump. So now I can merge by getting this other smiley face. Now I'm a milk-shooting cow transformer. Take that. No use crying over spilled milk, right? So this is a really weird pinball game called Devil's Crush, a video pinball, right? This thing, it has some weird graphics. It's straight up like a horror movie, and they have another one called Alien Crush, which is more of an alien theme. But this one, like I said, is just all horror themed, and just the action is fast. The scrolling on the screen is smooth, which most pinball games, they just kind of flash in between screens. This one I really love. Just like right there, you got that lady's face, right? Once you hit it multiple times, as you'll see, it'll start turning into like this demon. It's actually nightmarish, like everything about this. Like you have like the blood vessels going into that skull. You got the three-headed dragon or two-headed dragon, and yeah, and then the main thing is to keep going up, and the board keeps going up to different boards, and there's like a few different levels to each machine. See how that lady's face is just, oh, look, see now it's almost like a vampire looking. And the more you hit it, the more like decayed and crazy it starts looking, you know, until eventually it turns into this demon face, and it's really just a cool game, man. Like there's, you know, I'm not one for video pinball, but this is amazing. Yeah, there you go. Now it's starting to get even more crazy looking. It is like a nightmare though, isn't it? Like look at that thing. Oh, it's getting crazier. But anyways, great. It's a must-have pickup. Now this here is Jackie Chan's Action Kung Fu. And it is so much fun. and this for adventure games is just so cool. And a platformer with action kung fu. They were like, Mario, Sonic? No. We're gonna go with Jackie Chan. He's punching butterflies until they explode. Frogs, no problem. But no, this is fun, and I've gotten pretty far on this. I don't think I've ever beat it. I have not played this in forever, and try to remember everything. Oh, the tigers. Yep, you're kicking and karate chopping tigers until you fall over. But yeah, it's just a silly game, but it's fun. You know, it's definitely one memorable one for me. I didn't play it till later, but either way, it's just one you got to pick up. So this one here is interesting. It's called Legend of Hero Tamna. It's I remember buying this, just the Hue card. I went to one of these like video game, comic book, toy record stores. It's just like kind of a little of everything. And they had some video games, and this even, mind you, this was probably 12, 13, 14 years ago, something like that. I remember just going and just seeing Hue cards going, oh my god, there's Turbografx stuff here. So I have to pick this up. And I was like, what the heck is Legend of Hero Tamna? Well, this is it. It's a platformer. He's like a little superhero looking kid, I guess you could call him. And I don't know, it's really weird. I love the art style with the twisty like tree barks and stuff like that. It's an interesting assortment of weapons you get. It is quite challenging. You gotta learn the game mechanics just because they're just strange. But I must say, like, this is a fun game. I did beat it once with the help of a friend when we played this. But I probably went a good few weeks playing this and having just a great time with it. And then finally it's like, dude, we got to beat this game. We need to win this game. Yeah, there's like multiple scrolling up, down, left, right, tons of platforming. It's really interesting bosses and in a weird story, and it's just so unique you can't not have this in a collection. Here is, it's got to be even a fan favorite of fans of this console, because I'm definitely a fan, and I definitely had this growing up when I had my Turbografx. This is Ninja Spirit, and it couldn't be a more fun game. You definitely you definitely are gonna get addicted to it, because you have like these you have a giant jump like that, and hold on, I'm not just watching a demo, I'm actually playing. So then you get upgrades to like your sword. Look, you could get that guy in the floor. This was actually an arcade game. Can you believe that? It's weird how like a lot of games I learn more about on consoles than I did. Now I have like a little shadow warrior, or like a clone, if you will, and your clones are really going to help you in battles because you can position them. So if I want that guy to hit something up top, see, he's up top now, and it has some crazy bosses too. And I'm going to show you this first boss right here. And I absolutely love this game. I've beat this game a long time ago. I think I get the other clone right here. So now I got 3 clones. Like, and the funny thing is, it's like you're almost like, yeah, who can stop me now? So it's, as long as you play it right and keep your 3 clone power up, like you're pretty not invincible. You're definitely not invincible, but you're gonna love this strategy for getting, like, and I'll show you like a good strategy for bosses and stuff like that too. So here's like the first boss, and well, there's gonna have these guys first. I think there's some, yeah, right there. So see how I'm setting that up though? So like there's people on, so I get my highest guy is gonna be at that level up there, right? And here, so here comes this boss, right? So now I'm going to position my guys like this, so that I'm going to be hitting him 3 at a time, and easily defeat this guy. See? It's just amazing. Like, so like, that's a good strategy, and you get to kind of use that throughout the game. And the levels are beautiful. Just the graphic design and everything. You know, there's so many different. Like this one is you're constantly like moving up into the trees, and they're really beautiful levels. In my opinion, like just the way they did the graphics and the what do you want to call the parallax scrolling? That's everybody's favorite word for 16-bit stuff. But I just think it's a beautiful game, and one you gotta play and you have to own if you're collecting. So this game is, I mean, you gotta have a good Pac-Man game on every console, right? This is interesting. I love the music because it reminds me of the cartoon. Basically, it's kind of what it's based on. Let's start. And it's Pac-Man as a platformer. Now in the arcade, this was done with buttons. So, like right now, I'm actually using the pad to jump and buttons to go backward and forward as I run into these ghost cars. Oh, shoot, I was looking to go get the power pellet. But it does get really fast, and I usually do switch the controls. I haven't done it right now, but I usually switch my controls to actually so I could use the joystick instead. Oh, shoot, I was almost at the end. I got confused with my buttons. But if you want a fun little platformer as the Pac-Man cartoon, if you remember that back in the 80s, this is a one to have. I don't think this was ever on any other system, and it is arcade perfect from what I can make of it. See if I can just get a little farther here. Cherries. Yeah, it's like a weird art style, almost like paper cutouts or something, the way the cartoon looks, or like this graphic looks. Oh, right on top of a power pellet. But anyways, this is Pac-Land, and like I said, it's just another great game on the Turbografx 16. So here we have the Legendary Axe 2. Now this to me was way better than the original. What an improvement. If I believe the history of this is that it was supposed to be a different game or something like that. But I'm sorry, the story and everything is great on this. I'm skipping past it though, just kind of show you some gameplay. But this is such a fun game. I think it's like one of the most colorful graphics on the system. I just like. I'm not doing very well. So you upgrade. You have a lot of different upgrades. So like you see, my power level is only at 1 right now, which is why it's so terrible. So you start with a sword. And then you get this, like, grappling, like, what do you want to call it? Like, a ball and chain kind of thing. Which is this. Which, to me, this is the best weapon because of the reach. And you can aim it, too, however you want it, you know. So if you want to, like, go hit something at an angle, jump, you can jump and hit stuff. But this is a super... Oh, shoot. I am going to die if I don't... So now I'm at level 2. Shoot! But the bosses are sweet looking on this too. And then you got these little zombies that you cut in half. Yeah, they'll keep coming after you. Then you got these, they look like fairy mermaid. No, I was going to say mermaids, but they're... Oh, shoot. Boy, they just kicked me to death. And then here we go with these crazy bosses. And they have these giant sprite bosses on everything. This crazy serpent, this giant stone head that starts stomping you. This crazy robotic demon thing, whatever this thing is. Really, really fierce and cool looking bosses. Yeah! And then you get a fireworks display when you beat them. This one here is Tiger Road. This is a interesting arcade port where they kind of changed the whole look and style of the character. But to be honest, I love this version better. I played the arcade and Turbografx for the win. This is a very challenging, known as one of the many challenging games, hard games. It's not like Ghosts and Goblins hard, but it's challenging. I love the weapon selection. I love the way the characters look. I think the colors are cool. I think everything about this game is fun, even though it is slightly hard. A lot of platforming, kind of finding out where you have to go. And there is one of the... This is also, speaking of Ghosts and Goblins, this is also one where there's a certain weapon that you don't want to get, you know? Which is that one, the staff. Because it feels like you can't do anything with it, you know? Yes, he's flying and he's got a cape now. He's a superhero, apparently. And I'm just trying to avoid all the thorns. Oh, maybe this will be another weapon. And it's too late. I missed it. There we go. Better. It's a better weapon. Oh, there's my axe. I'd rather have my axe. Just like any good platformer, a boss battle. This guy, the timing for this guy is crazy. You gotta get him perfect. Because he will come up and grab you. Like that. Go! Oh, and see how he takes almost all your power. Oh. Great game. Now here is another one of my it's definitely in my top 5 of this whole console, and that is Parasol Stars, the story of Bubble Bobble 3. So if you follow the Bubble Bobble series, he's getting an SOS from a planet, and he's going to fly with his umbrella, because that's what you do through space. and you basically have this umbrella to freeze and throw things. And of course, just like any other one of these style things, you're going to have a lot of fruit and treats. Nice. Oh, look, it's a shrimp sushi. Yum, 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 yum. And this one is the music world, so this is like a music-themed world. So anything you touch with your umbrella, basically, will, you can get... Now, also, another cool thing, if you catch... Try not to... Oh, hold on. If you catch all these droplets, like, I think it's 4 droplets, you'll have a giant drop. Oh, it might be 5. 6, whatever. And then you could throw it, and it's a waterfall. Take that, trumpet. And, of course, you have to have a boss battle. So they give you this lightning bolt. Ooh, Jello mold. Got him! And a giant strawberry and a cheesecake and chocolate chip ice cream and cotton candy and sushi and a Hershey's bar. Now here is a good one. This is a shooter. This is called Sidearms, or Hyperdyne Sidearms. Arcade shooter. This is one I definitely still own complete in box. And I had gotten this too, like going to Toys R Us back in the day, and it's just it's really neat. You could switch directions. Oops, that wasn't really good. I'm not playing very well right now. Ah. I love the sound effects in this game, though. Oh, I was trying to hold down. I like how there's a cow for, like, I don't know if that's life or a 1-up or what, but, oh. Never said it wasn't challenging. There we go. I got some speed now. Oh, I just got a new gun too. There we go. Oh! I am not doing well. It has been quite a while. There we go. Oh! I need to start paying attention. So you can see it's kind of almost like a Gradius or Life Force setup. As you can see on the bottom, you can upgrade your weapons. Once you get the really upgraded stuff, like you become pretty invincible. And of course, you got your basic boss battles. Oh man, I have not played this in such a long time, guys. So don't judge me. But Sidearms, a great little shooter for the Turbografx 16, and really not too expensive. I know they're all pretty expensive, but this one's not as bad as most. All right, speaking of shooters, here we have Superstar Soldier. Oh my god. This is an amazing shooter. Now this system's known for its shooting games, and this is no exception. This is full of cool upgrades. My favorite is the rings, which you're about to see. These things. I love the rings. Oh, I just got killed. I haven't played this in a bit. Sorry. I apologize for my lameness as I'm trying to talk and play. But yeah, these are... There's another... Yeah, there we go. Now we'll get there. It's double rings, triple or side rings, and then I think we can get full screen rings. See, though, that comes in handy right there. There we go. Look at that. How invincible do you feel when you see that type of upgrade? Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Oop, I don't want to get the... I want to stick with these. Now it's like you almost avoid the other upgrades. I'll show you a couple of the other ones, though. Look at... Oh, this is the... Well, I like the... Oh, the electricity ones are good, too. Look at that. Zap, zap, zap. Oh, we got one more upgrade here. Let's do it. Ah! Oh, I'm gonna die! No, I didn't. Oh, we need the rings back. There we go. Oh. Oh, I thought I got the rings. We got these. It's intense, man. It's fun, though. It's so much fun. It's so fast-paced. There we go. Oh. What are they going to do? I was going to say, don't come to the side of me. I still have my little sidearms. Little pun from the last game, huh? Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, when it gets to the shooters, you can see it's intense fun, and they're definitely... That's what makes this system. Oh, here we go, more rings. Oops. Probably the wrong time to downgrade. Well, I didn't really downgrade. It's like, I just wish I had the power up all the way on these. Oh, shoot! But man, when it comes to the PC Engine and Turbografx, these games are just the best. The shooters are just the best. Now here is a interesting shooter. It is called Psychosis. I'm kidding, it's called Psychosis. And a lot of the things are kind of living. And there's like these weird creatures and aliens and things that look like eyeballs, and it's kind of creepy. It's very creepy, actually. I love this game, though. I picked this up years ago, and I love it. Like I said, it's got weird graphics, but that's what made this just a unique shooter and something different. It's definitely one you're gonna want. Like, look at this stuff. Like, there's like a seashell shooting mussels at you, and then there's these weird... what is happening here? And then you got the weird Christmas checkerboards. Oh, here comes some slugs that are shooting lasers. I mean, you know, the norm. It's basically like, it is a psychosis. It's like your brain's going, what's happening? But this is also hard. This is like R-type hard. You know, you've got to literally learn everything. I don't even think I've made it past board 3 on this game. That's how hard that it was. But I used to, oh man, did I ever try. Did I ever try. But it's just so much fun to look at. And it just has just such a unique style to it that you just, I don't know, it's just one that, it's definite one you want to have. Now, when you think of Turbografx, I mean, at least for me, this is one of the games I think of is Splatterhouse. I bought this from Toys R Us as well. A lot of everything I got, I think, was mostly from Toys R Us back in the day when it came out, right? You know, and it was very limited, you know, but this one, the PC Engine version has a little more uncensored stuff, and his mask is actually, it's Splatterhouse, by the way. Yeah, in this one, the North American version, he pretty much, they gave him a red mask, probably because people were more concerned about the Jason brand, and they were trying to get away from, that's not Jason, but obviously that was the whole kind of look of him, right? But it's about a terror mask, and you gotta go save your girlfriend, you know, the typical, but there is a lot of stuff that, like, a lot of people got upset over this game. Like, can you imagine that now, like, with the stuff we have now? And But these have some really creepy bosses. The bats, just like any game with bats, is gonna be annoying. But yeah, you get weapons. There's a part where you get a shotgun. There's a part where you fight a clone of yourself in this mirror room. There's a guy that looks like a cross between Leatherface. He's got like chainsaw arms and he put a bag over his head like the original Jason. And look, it's just so creepy and weird. And oh shoot, there we go. Yeah, so here's like the first little boss thing. I think this is the worms. Yeah. Let's see if I can pull this off here. Since you definitely got to do this because I remember the first time I did it, I just tried to jump around and aim at certain ones, but this is the best way to get this room done. And there's a poltergeist room where the chairs are flying around and tables and lamps and knives, and they're throwing knives at you. There's one final scare, and he's coming out of his chest. There it is. Great game. Can't recommend it enough. It's one of the greats on this system. So here is another shooter, but kind of a fixed shooter. This is a classic. This is Galaga 90. I think this was also known as Galaga 88. But yeah, Galaga 90 was the official name for it for the Turbografx. It's like an upgraded. We'll start with the dual, so you could pick. It's just a cool upgraded version of Galaga, and just kind of put a 16-bit spin on it, you know. And I love this to this day. This is such a great game. I'm all intense looking at it, but look at the colors. It literally does look like actual fireworks, too. See, I'm already in stage 2, but it does pick up the paces pretty quick, though. Oh! Lost one of my ships. Which, of course, you know that when the aliens suck it up, they'll get me. I can get another double. Whoa! There we go. The classic fighter captured. Oh shoot, is he infected? I just shot my own ship! And look at the frog thing. Oh. That wasn't fun. But you go to different sections and then there's like battles at the end of each section. It's really kind of cool, and there's certain parts where it'll take you into like different, you know, like it'll actually scroll shoot too on a couple parts. So it's like a scrolling shooter and a fixed shooter. You know, and I don't want to spend too much time in this. You obviously know that it's Galaga, like an upgraded Galaga, but it is a fun game, and it has to be on this list if you're collecting for the original Turbografx. Well, here we are at the end of the list, and this is a definite must-have, if not one of the best must-haves, and one of my top 5 of my personal collection, and that is Blazing Lasers for the Turbografx 16. Now, when you think of Turbografx, they always say it's the shooter king. The shoot-'em-up king is what they call that. Back in the 80s, it was shooters. Now it was arcade action shooters. Now they're shoot-'em-ups. Well, this is one of the best. It's a vertical shoot-'em-up. It is a fast-paced game, a super fast-paced game. It's great sound, great color, great action. It's very, very balanced, but very, very challenging. The great bosses, the visuals, the whole gameplay, the controls, the power-ups. You cannot get a better one than this. I think this is right up there with Superstar Soldier, but to me, Blazing Lasers is one of the best. It's gotta be one of the best on the system. So if you're looking to collect, this is a definite must-have. Pick up Blazing Lasers. Check out this gameplay. Beautiful. So there it is, 20 must-haves for the Turbografx 16. This is the North American release of the PC Engine. I think those 20 are just the staples of what made this system what it was and made me love it back in the day. And I hope this list helps you. Many more lists to come. Until then, please like, please subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Just need to get my tab can off the tree here. Whoa, no, I'm crazy. I can do a lightsaber fight and flip around and be nuts. But then I go back to just walking like this. Remember Star Wars?